Hey credit heroes, we all know that you can't call leads anymore, and that might be the best thing to ever happen to your business. If you've heard Christopher Stirgus' story on our podcast, you already know he's built an incredible business from the ground up, and he stayed fully TSR compliant every step of the way. But in this special live session from our Facebook community, we are going even deeper. Troy Hitt, our head of customer success, he sat down with Christopher to walk through the step-by-step nuts and bolts of how he is running a fully automated TSR-compliant credit repair business. They screen share his actual setup of how he uses CRC billing and Credit Hero Score, and how he structured his website for self-service signups that don't require a single phone call. This is the roadmap that you've been waiting for. So let's jump in.
My name is Daniel Rosen, and welcome to Credit Repair Business Secrets.
There's definitely been some industry changes, and the big buzzword around right now is TSR, the telemarketing sales rule, where, unfortunately, the credit repair industry got thrown right into the middle of it, and essentially says that you can't legally, it's illegal to telemarket credit repair services. So a lot of folks are wondering what telemarketing is. Well, essentially, any phone call or video conferencing tool used to sell credit repair is telemarketing. You just can't do it. For potential clients, you can't talk to potential clients. Now, the only caveat is that in order to talk to them on the phone they have to be an existing client. The thing that's kind of coupled with TSR as well is they coupled that with advanced fees. So if you are telemarketing, then you're going to get hit with advanced fees because it's illegal to get your business via telemarketing. Then it's illegal to charge, and you can't technically charge them for, I don't know, it's crazy, like 6 months down the road before, until after results. So no business can live like that. But it's also very similar in some instances, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we dive into that, I want everybody to know here listening that we do have a TSR checklist. We made it easier for you. You can go to creditrepaircloud.com/TSR. This is the best resource that we've put together and to help you navigate the TSR in this industry. Now, with that said, Christopher, how has the TSR impacted your business?
Switching over to credit repair, starting from day one, I designed my business to not really be 100% online, but I basically built it to where it's automated. Everything that you want to know is already on the website. So when I started Stirgus Credit Repair, not necessarily stating that calling people isn't important, because it is important. There are people out there that want to speak to someone before you call, which is something that I had to, of course, get adjusted to. But just going back from years ago, it wasn't necessarily something that I had to change more on the major side, because my business was already designed to where people go to the website just due to my marketing. And I pretty much had everything laid out to where it's easy for a customer. So look at it this way. Let's say if you're booking a vacation, right? And you're on Airbnb, you're going to go with the one that already has the price, and you can just instantly book the room right there. There's an instant booking versus the one where you have to, wait on a request for them to get back to you. So I kind of designed my business like that. But speaking more into today's TSR, what, a lot of people in the credit repair space freaking out, it all comes back down to your marketing. Make videos online, make people want to trust you as a person. So that way, when they get to their website, they almost don't have to call you. They don't have to talk about you. So for those who are watching or listening to this live, you guys have a few moments, just visit StirgusCreditRepair.com. Before you sign up, if you have questions about pricing, how this works, what can be done, what can't be done, go to our FAQ page. I have 50 FAQs already questioned and answered that people are going to automatically ask up front, and they didn't have to ask me a single thing before they signed up.
Man, I absolutely love that, Christopher. That is some knowledge being dropped right there for everybody out there. It's like, how am I going to survive if I don't get to talk to them on the phone? Well, give them all the information they want in advance. So you don't have the secret sauce. Give them a self-service sign-up flow. So I'm going to put Christopher on the spot. I did get authorization, but I'm going to put Christopher on the spot. He was bragging about his website. So we're going to talk a little bit about how he's taken the self-service sign-up flow, integrated with CRC billing, and put it right on his website. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. So first of all, let's talk about that. You just ranted and raved about your FAQ. He's like, I got about 50 questions. He wasn't lying. He's got about 50 something questions on the FAQ. You just hit the plus button, drop down. What do you do? How long should it take? I mean, it's all right there. So it is all right there for you. Yeah. So I love having that resource.
And one last thing, Troy, while we're on the FAQ page, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, in the FAQs right here, one of the things that a lot of people ask, is, can I call you before? And right here, I have this already answered, or not called before, but can I schedule a phone consultation? And as you see there, absolutely. But, and I kind of worded it to where I kind of limit the phone consultations to our enrolled clients. That way we don't have tons of phone calls calling of random people who may not even sign up. I literally stated the phone consultation are for our enrolled customers to talk about their case specific situations. So that's going to do two things. One, that's going to encourage them to enroll because they're going to be like, okay, well, that makes sense. He don't want to talk to me and he don't know anything that's on my credit. It's going to be easier for him to actually see what's on my credit. They offer a free trial. So it's a win-win. It takes 5 minutes to sign up. And then two, they're going to see that you're serious. They're going to see that you don't want to waste time talking to people who are not enrolled in your program or your service. You're literally prioritizing your time with your enrolled customer. So, a lot of people that I, mentored that's in the credit repair business or getting into the credit repair business, that's one of their biggest issues when it comes to TSR is, everyone's going to think I'm a scam or no one's really going to trust me if I can't talk to them before they sign up. So it goes back to how you market your business. There you go.
When it comes to that self-service sign-up flow, one of the things that I think is very valuable, and again, you talk about marketing your business, but also making it very easy for people to sign up. They click sign up now, and I want everyone to just take a moment and see what's missing from this website. There is no phone number on this website, right?
There you go.
Christopher wants everybody to start by signing up for their services. Again, there is no phone number on this website. If you want your phone to ring at all, it should be, and I love to compare this. Back when I was a CRO for 15 years, when my phone rang, I used to call it the cash register. I always had time to answer the cash register because that was the old way of doing business. Answer the phone, sell them on credit repair, get them signed up. Well, now it's reversed. Get them signed up, get them on the phone, and then they're sold on credit repair, right? And this is really what it boiled down to. It's just shifted now. That phone consultation just shifted to the end. And so I wanted to point that out. But the coolest thing, Christopher, man, I gave you props when we were in the green room talking. He's like, watch this video first. This is what you're going to go through. He's got a YouTube video here to walk everyone through the sign up process. So if they are concerned about the scam, you call it, like, hey, I want to talk to someone on the phone, or whatnot, he's got a video right here. But more importantly, if your video player is not working, he's got a slideshow that shows you step by step on what to expect in the sign up flow, right?
There you go.
This is absolutely amazing. So what is showing right here in this slideshow right now is the self-service sign-up flow that CRC has built in for everybody, every user that's using CRC billing. Every user that's using CRC billing now has this self-service sign-up flow built in their business. Now watch this. I'm going to show y'all this. I was playing around with it before he got here, but when it says, I think it says sign up for credit repair. Bam, check this thing out. Yep. This is the landing page. Every user that has credit repair that is using CRC billing has this self-service sign-up flow right in their account right now. And Christopher, you've adopted it. And tell me a little bit about when this went live and what it kind of did for your business to send people directly to a place where they can get signed up. You capture their payment information right here. I mean, it's pretty slick.
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you one thing. When this self-service feature came out, I was able to sleep at night. Before we had the old sign up form, and man, we had to, I believe we had to manually send the email for their onboarding steps. And then they had to upload their ID and things like that. We had to contact them to make sure they filled out everything correctly. Now, man, they do everything. Most of my clients sign up and they're fully enrolled in Stirgus Credit Repair within 2 to 3 minutes. They go to the website, click sign up, type in their name, add their card on file, and boom, they're importing their credit reports and uploading their ID, and they're all done. Growing in business and finding ways to automate your only helps you grow, saves you time, but it's also much easier for the customer. No one wants to sign up and now they have to wait on you hours later to manually send them an email to complete the sign up or the onboarding steps. Like I said with the Airbnb thing, you just want to go on there while you're on the website and do everything while you're on your phone, because if that customer isn't able to finish their enrollment while they physically have their phone in their hand, waiting on you to send them everything to finish, you may never get that customer to sign up. So having self-checkout has been a huge plus for growing in the credit repair business.
Man, I absolutely love that. I love the way you said it, just sign up in minutes. One of the things I want to point out here is like, it takes some, like, people don't know it, just to walk through it, you capture it. Basically, this is the self-service sign-up flow. They start from this page. It's already built for every CRC user out here. Okay. As long as they're on CRC billing, this page is 100% ready for you to go, just like it sits right now with some customization. They put in their lead. They put in their information, which is basically just, by the way, just name and email. We don't capture the phone number just yet. I will say that will change down the road, because it's not against the rules to collect phone numbers. But for safety purposes, we just didn't include it in our initial self-service sign-up flow, so no one would be tempted to call their customers in advance, just so everyone knows. But you captured the lead. And just to confirm this, but if someone put their information right here and stopped, they still drop in as a lead in your system, right?
Oh, yeah. That helps also.
Yeah, so you're still capturing the lead. They might not have signed up, so you can still nurture that lead. And so they go and they capture that lead. Then they select the plans that you chose. These are currently your plan. I'm showing the world what your plans are right now.
There you go.
They select whatever plan they want. Then it takes them directly into signing an agreement, putting in their payment information. So there's no chasing down payment information anymore. And then when they get done with that, it's sign the agreement. How many clients does it take? Remember the old way where you had to chase them down to get them to log into secure client access to sign their agreement? Yeah. Well, we put that first. So now they sign their agreement, and now it takes them into secure client access. Before, what you mentioned, Christopher, was before the old system, it would capture it and you would have to manually convert them into a client. And then that email would go out and tell them to log in right here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it streamlined the process. You did a brilliant job integrating it into your sign-up flow. Now, one of the things, speaking of into your sign-up flow, one of the things I want to talk about is integrating with Credit Hero Score. So now that you have the self-service sign-up flow integrated into your business, now granted, from day one, this is just a call out, from day one, everyone just set up your business to where everyone can just sign up online, period, dot. It's just easier that way. But now that you've started using CRC billing and the self-service sign-up flow, to get started, everybody needs what to get started?
Yeah, having their credit reports, They
need a credit report, right? So, so they easily capture the Credit Hero Score login at sign-up. So when a client comes into your system, they're ready to go. There's really everything you need is right there.
All right.
So speaking of Credit Hero Score, other than the way that it tightly integrates with the self-service sign-up flow, are there any cool features or anything that you really like about it?
So before Credit Hero Score, credit and identity IQ, years ago, when we went to import credit reports, Credit Monitoring's website, refresh the credit report manually, go back to Credit Repair Cloud, and then import their credit reports that way. So now with Credit Hero Score, it's literally important to CRC with the click of a button. First thing first, on every client's dashboard, there's actually a link built into their dashboard that says View Credit Hero Score. You click that, it automatically logs into their credit monitoring account in case you need to modify something or actually see the reports on that system button in CRC, and just click Import Credit Reports or Re-import Credit Reports, and it does it automatically. You don't have to physically go to credithero.score.com, click and order a new credit report, go back to CRC and do all of that. So it's just 10 times faster using Credit Hero Score with CRC.
Well, Christopher, you've given some really good advice, but I wanted to open the floor up. CROs that are listening out there, for people just starting out, maybe even veteran CROs, what would be some advice that you would give them, or anything maybe you would do differently?
Well, I think the best advice I could give for anyone who's watching or listening, and you guys are wanting to start a credit repair business or grow your newly, credit repair business, you need to focus on branding and marketing yourself. Because what I found out is when I first got started, I was almost taking in everyone as a customer, until I got more serious with the way I market things. I'm going to lead into that quickly in a second. Nowadays, like if you contact me with something crazy like that and you're trying to get your credit fixed in 1 month or something like that, or thinking something can happen overnight, I tell you to go find somebody else. So, you marketing the way you operate and educating customers on how this stuff works, that's very important too. Don't accept these people that's trying to fix their credit in 24 hours or 1 day or 2 days, whatever the case is, because you're going to stress yourself out more than they're going to get stressed out. So definitely focus on the way that you market yourself to consumers. Make sure that you're in compliance with the laws that we have to follow as credit repair organizations. Follow CROA, follow TSR. Two separate things, by the way. A lot of people think if they follow TSR, they can do whatever they want to do when they may be violating the Credit Repair Organizations Act. So that's another argument that I see a lot as well. So it is two separate things. So you guys definitely take the time to make sure that your business is in compliance with those two things, as well as any state laws, city laws and things like that as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, great advice. What I heard in some recap, like fire your clients in advance if their expectations are unrealistic, right? like, yeah, I'm not the person for you. In that space. And then lastly, stay up to date with compliance. I mean, we just had a YouTube, and maybe have seen can drop it in the chat. We had a YouTube episode where I was talking about staying compliant, not just with TSR, not just with CROA, but also there's other governing bodies out there that can enforce these things. It's not just the CFPB. There's the FTC, every federal attorney out there. These are all written, and these are all laws that are written and that can be enforced. So always make sure, do a self-check, and make sure that you're compliant. Just because you're following, I loved what you said, just because you're following TSR may not mean that you are 100% compliant, maybe with your local or state laws, or even CROA for that matter.
That's it.
Like there are things that supersede and trump other things, you've got to make sure, what you have to do in Louisiana could be totally different than what someone has to do in Arizona or Texas or Florida or, California.
Correct.
Make sure that you stay in tune with that. But before we go, if I'm not in the car business and you talk about marketing your business, what would be another resource that you would say, hey, look, if you want to start out, what's a good resource to start out and start targeting for those CROs that are getting started out there?
Dang, how in the world did I forget to talk about the easiest and free way to grow your business? Affiliates. You have to connect with affiliates. Wow. Going to your local realtors, loan officers, people that depend on consumers with good credit. They get rid of people with bad credit all day long. So it costs them nothing to sign up, as a free affiliate for your business. And look, you guys can decide if y'all want to pay them commission or if you want to not offer a rewards program. That's totally up to you, but you don't even need cars. You can just go and partner with some of these loan officers and realtors and just say, hey, look, guys, if you guys get customers that's trying to buy a house, trying to buy a car, they have some credit issues. Look, I can potentially help them. Maybe I can send them back to you in a few months and they don't go to another dealership and buy once their credit is fixed, or use a different loan officer, use a different realtor. They can go back to you. So it's very important you find some affiliates to help your business grow as well.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Affiliates are powerful. It's funny that the days of business cards are few and far between. Maybe QR codes are probably the most advanced we got with business cards, but back in our day, we used to call them donut drops. We would drop off some business cards and some donuts at the office, and the easiest way to affiliates is through their stomach in some cases. So I appreciate that advice. Well, Christopher, it doesn't look like we're going to get off easy. It looks like we got a question coming in. Are y'all utilizing any other resources for deletions, CFPB, Better Business Bureau? Any resources that you're using besides maybe factual dispute, Christopher, that you can share with our community?
Sure. I mean, my biggest success is through factual disputing. I want to say all deletions that I get daily are just due to looking at errors that are on credit report, challenging incomplete accounts, requesting verification from debt collectors, or any third party that's reporting on the behalf of the actual creditors that these people actually owe. And a lot of times, some of these creditors may not respond in time. So, there's a lot of stuff out there like, challenging the Metro 2 stuff and submitting a CFPB complaint and things like that. There's many different strategies and options out there for you to use. You as a business owner is going to have to figure out what works best for you, what is more consistent. And for me, not everyone, but for me, it is just it is more worth it for me to just follow what I know works based on my success.
Is you have to decide what type of CRO you're going to be. And you're like, hey, I'm a factual dispute CRO. That's what I do. I'm going to be persistent and consistent with that. Very similar in our past CRO for 15 years. I used to always joke people to say we were a dispute factory. When in doubt, send a dispute out. That's what we did, and that's the name of the game, being persistent, continue to dispute, hold the bureaus accountable, hold the creditors accountable. And I believe that, whatever model you decide, there are definitely some models out there. Michael Franks, who's really big in our community, he's big on sending out suits. He's got partnerships with the attorneys and stuff like that, sends out suits and things of that nature. You have to decide what type of CRO you're going to be, and every model can be successful. What do you do when the credit bureau claims that it's not you sending the letter? Oh, typical stall tactic. Any special sauce for stall tactics there, Christopher?
Oh, I got one that's as easy as it's going to get. So the biggest thing with those stall letters that people get, what I did was, it was almost like a petty thing, because I was getting a lot of those stall letters years ago in business. And initially I fell into the trap of all of these people just stating, oh, it's a way so they don't have to investigate and things like that. And I believe that to an extent. But once I actually read what the letter states, I took the time to actually call the credit bureaus, because if you don't contact the people that's actually sending the letter to your clients, how are you ever going to get the right answer versus just listening to what everyone on Facebook and all these credit groups and things like that say? So a representative at the credit bureau, all three of them, literally told me, hey, the letter states, it doesn't state that we're not going to investigate. It states that it appears someone other than yourself sent this dispute. They need to identify themselves. So I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to attach the client agreement that they signed authorizing me to work on their credit and identify myself. So on all of our disputes, it says Stirgus Credit Repair, client agreement attached, or authorization form attached. And ever since then, the credit bureaus respond directly to me. So all of their disputes and their responses and results comes to our business mailbox. It has our business name on it. It says Stirgus Credit Repair. It'll say from Equifax or from TransUnion. It'll say, hey, we received your dispute for this client's name, and these are the results. Please furnish this information to the consumer. So they're literally depending on me to send the results to the customer. So, I mean, for any of y'all that are watching or listening this, just identify yourselves. That's all they're asking.
All right. I don't see any more questions coming in, man. Christopher, you've done an amazing job. Thanks for joining us today. You've shared some great knowledge. Thanks so much for providing that. And thanks, Christopher.
Good.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you.
Wow, that was a lot of gold, right? Here's my final point. You don't need a sales team. You don't need a cold call. You just need the right tools and the right mindset. And I'll end by saying, if you want to hear even more from Troy, check out his take on what the TSR means for your business right here. And if you'd like to improve your credit score and discover how to earn extra income repairing credit for others, check out my brand new Start Repairing Credit Challenge. So sign up right now at startrepairingcredit.com and keep changing lives.